Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Worth Unlimited Agent Update and Sales Track Training Call, where you can declare your financial independence. My goodness, did we have an awesome time in Virginia, and we're going to go over that in a little bit here. September wholesale discounts for the month of September. All new agents that sign up in September are eligible for a 10% wholesale discount within their first 20 days as an agent. The September retail discount is 10% retail discount. The code is RETAIL10. Code is good for 48 hours, and that ends September 30th, 2019. I want to bring Mr. John Washenko on here for just a moment. He's going to go over some items with you all currently, and there's going to be a couple changes that are going to be coming, and so I'd like to introduce one of the co-owners and my personal friend, Mr. John Washenko.
Thank you, Mac. Good evening, everybody. We've just got some really exciting things that we're going over, and we've got some things that we hope and have been hope and pray that are going to solve a lot of issues and problems. But one thing we've been kind of struggling with is training the field, teaching them how to run an analysis, run an illustration, go through and present the product, go through the analysis, go through the numbers, how all the numbers tie together, get everything moving. And so what we are doing is we are replacing the closer model. The closer model in everything that we've tried with it, it is just too restrictive. There's not enough growth. It's not duplicatable. It's not training the field. And one of the things that we've realized and have been slowly opening our eyes to is that we have got to educate our clients, and we've got to educate our agents. And to educate our clients, we've got to educate our agents so that everything that they're training and teaching is they're being trained on so that they can become better at presenting, closing, understanding the analysis, understanding the compensation, understanding the program, understanding the demo system, understanding all of those tools. And so we're introducing split sales with qualified field trainers. These qualified field trainers we're going to go into more, and I'm going to go through this. We're not rolling this out today, but I'm letting you know that this is what's coming. We're replacing the closer model, so there will no longer be somebody that's just going to close it for you. We're going to do split sales with field trainers. And overall, this is just going to be a very exciting addition that's going to help you to learn, help you to understand where to go, how you're going to get this to go, who you can work with, so that it's not a bottleneck on the home office, you know, where we're you know, hundreds and you're tens of thousands and trying to manage that. It's going to be all in your teams and working with your teams, and your teams training you and new people, and that way the model can grow and build and replicate. So with that, split sales are coming. They're going to be a 50-50 split sale in your first two sales with a certified field trainer. So, and we're going to go over what's going to be coming, how do you get qualified to become a field trainer as well. We advise that these split sales are done within your own team and hierarchy. There's a reason for that. One of the major reasons for this change is so that when you're working with someone up above you, someone below you, someone in your team, your hierarchy, it doesn't matter if they're above you or below you, that they are right there for you. You've got their phone number, you have them in a list, it's just going to drop up, drop down. You're going to be able to see who's able to help you, hopefully location, all that kind of stuff, and you're going to start to work within your branch, within that team, within that hierarchy, and especially in that branch. And we start to build this team and camaraderie and coming together and understanding how everything works. And we start to train the trainers and start to build excitement and growth and confidence in selling and training and the numbers we're going over. Agents cannot sell to themselves. This is one thing that this will stop as well. It must be a certified field trainer to do split sales. So what this is going to entail, and we're going to roll this out a little bit more in detail when we get closer to rolling this out. But this is basically just an FYI. We're letting you know that these changes are coming about. But basically, a field trainer, certified field trainer, to become a certified field trainer is not going to be too hard. You have to do 2 sales, 2 split sales with a certified trainer. You have to be on the call with them to get certified so you know what you're doing, so you know what you're talking about, so you know that when you're entering an analysis, you're doing it correctly, so you know all the fields inside the analysis to help somebody with their finances, so that you're educated to bring them better education on their finances. And so basically with this, we're going to roll this out by September 23rd. Now we would like to roll it out next Monday, but at the latest, we're going to roll it out September 23rd. We're going to roll it out as quickly as we possibly can because we feel it's as urgent as a thing as we've ever run into. There's been so many different challenges with the closer model that we feel that training the field, through the hierarchy, the way the compensation plan has been designed, helping people to work together, build camaraderie, build excitement and team enthusiasm and just team spirit inside that branch is going to be the best way to handle this and grow this out for the long run. Now with that, I want to just go over a couple of screenshots of what you can expect in the following weeks as we roll this out. So here's your assign button right there in front of you. With your assign button, you had home office. That is going away. You're no longer going to assign to the home office. When you need help with an analysis, trying to get not only that, but just to even complete your own training sales. So, well, you won't be able to close on your own. You will have to do 2 training sales. We'll roll out more of the details on this in the following 2 weeks. But basically, you will not have an assigned to home office button. We will no longer be the bottleneck. You will work within your own teams and your own branches. Your own branches will be able to facilitate and grow with the growth that they have just based on this new model of duplication, and it'll just be so much more duplicatable. Everybody will be able to go into it and come out educated, understand how to run an analysis, how to close a sale. Not only that, but how to duplicate it and train it to the person they bring on, and it'll all start to flow and work. And the home office will no longer become a bottleneck. So when you click assign to a specific agent, you are going to see, just like we have here, and I'm going to try and just point this out a little bit, but basically you're going to be able to see, so this one's going to go away, the assign to home office, and you're going to see assign to a specific agent. In that, you're going to see in there the field trainers that are available to you within your branch. And then from there, you're going to be able to see above that, maybe in the branch above you or something, but you will be able to find certified field trainers in your hierarchy that you can work with. You're going to have their phone number, their name, email address, and you're going to be able to assign a client, attach notes to that, have them get in touch with you, and you're going to schedule it and work it through. So that is pretty much the big announcement that I had to go over. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time back over to Mr. Mac Saunders, and look forward to growing this bigger and stronger than ever before, and thank you for joining us. Mac?
All right, everybody. Now, I know that sounds like a lot to consume, and I'm sure everybody has some feelings one way or another on this, but what we have found is that model of your first 2 sales being split sales, it forces you to get into the trenches. It forces you to come along somebody in your hierarchy or your team that's already been certified as a closer, and it forces you to actually learn how to do the analysis and how to do your own closings. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to close your own sales. I want to make sure that you're clear of that. You can continue to split sales with another individual for as long as you wish to do so. But the idea is to down train, so we create base shops that have excellent managers and individuals that are already trained up and ready to go. And we know that this will be a big plus for your business. So please don't take this as a negative. This is a huge plus for everything concerning Worth Unlimited. Corporate will help you build your team. If we're on the road again, if you put a minimum of 50 people in a room anywhere in the U.S., we'll train on the opportunity, and we'll help you fast start your business. For corporate live events, send an email to support@worthunlimited.com. You can also CC me on those, and that would be mac@worthunlimited.com for requests for live meetings. The live meetings that we have coming up are going to be September 11th in Little Rock, Arkansas, September 13th and 14th in Raleigh, North Carolina, September 20th and 21st in Houston, Texas, September 26th and 27th in Orlando, Florida. We're going to have September 28th in Tampa, Florida, September 27th in Westboro, Massachusetts, September 28th in Worcester, Massachusetts. October 1st will be Columbia, South Carolina, and October 4th and 5th will be Eden Prairie, Minnesota. October 11th and 12th will be Dallas, Texas. October 18th and 19th will be St. Louis, Missouri. October 29th will be Columbia, South Carolina. November 8th and 9th will be Albany, Georgia. And November 15th and 16th will be San Antonio, Texas. Now, as many of you know, we just had a meeting in Virginia, and that was held in Fairfax, and that was hosted by Tom Keener and Heidi Keener. And what a phenomenal meeting we had. We had social gatherings. We had team building. We had trainings from leaders that have been in the trenches. They've sold deals. They know how to get it done on recruiting and sales. I truly believe that the live events makes learning fun for you. These are some of the topics that we went over. Get started with people, with Go Now people, generating interest with the Worth account, the GPS selling system, how to run an analysis, how to use your demo account, the methods to the madness, overcoming objections, presenting the analysis and closing the sale, compliant marketing, what you can and cannot say, and team recognition. So what I want you to understand here is it's very important to make it to these live meetings. And with that having been said, I'm going to go to Miss Heidi Keener. And Heidi was one of the individuals that hosted this meeting with her dad, Tom Keener. And I'm trying to find Heidi on here, and I'm not finding Heidi Keener on here. All right, give me just a second here, y'all. I'm just trying to find Heidi Keener on the listing here. I apologize for the delay. She is here. She just came in and said, I'm here. Just give me 1 second here. Sorry about this. All right, there we go. All right, Heidi, do we have you there? We have you unmuted.
Yes, I'm here, Mac. Thank you.
Fantastic. It was just we had so many people on the call, I actually scrolled past you twice. That was so that was just me. So yeah, so I mean, when you have that many people on the call, so I do apologize to everybody that's on the call. But Heidi, can you just in your own words kind of tell people why these live meetings were so important, maybe some thoughts from the live meetings that we had there in Virginia? You were in Boca as well. I'll just give you the floor and just speak a little bit to that for us, if you would.
Yeah, thank you, Mac. Guys, there is no substitution for these live events, and anybody that has been to these events can attest to that. If you did not listen to Blog Talk Radio this morning, get online and go listen to the recording. We had people get on the line and speak that were at the training this past weekend, and so many of them said, I thought I could get everything on a webinar. I thought I was, fine just listening to trainings, through the internet. And it is nothing like that in person. We just, the phrase that we used was we just fire hosed people with information, but they loved it. They were soaking up as much as they could. Just to be able to get so many different people in the room and to hear so many ideas, like, for example, just on how to generate interest in the Worth account. That was the #1 topic we sent out a survey. It was the #1 thing that people wanted to hear is how do I even begin to talk to somebody, just even as an agent or to become a client, and to have a panel of executive directors to everybody give their own, little say on how, what they say and how they say it. You can find somebody that you relate to. I do webinars, Mac does webinars, Rich Schaefer, everybody's doing webinars. And you may not relate to us, right? But you may relate to somebody else. And so at those trainings, you get to network with people and find somebody you connect with and see what they're doing. The relationships that you build, everybody that was at that Florida event, a lot of them actually came to the Virginia event as well. And even though we had all just met each other in Florida, it was like seeing old friends again. And you can't get that on a webinar. And Jean Harris talked about relationships. And, now in today's society, we're so, we want bigger, better, faster, stronger, and give it to me 4 days ago, right? It's just the connection isn't there. We're in our phones. We're on our computers. And the relationships that we build with people and with our team is so important. And we don't get that the way that we used to, 10, 15 years ago. But at these trainings, you do. And you just cannot get that online. You can't get that connection. You can't look at somebody in the eye. And anybody that has been to these events, when they call me, I answer. And I know all of the other leaders are like that as well. If you put in the effort, we put in the effort back. And so I would just strongly encourage you guys to come to those events. The GPS selling system was something that we just started rolling out that teaches you how to sell, what to say, how to structure the appointment, how to make sure that the client falls into the sale rather than you pushing them into the sale, because that's not uncomfortable for you, or that's not comfortable for you or the client. And just in that, that took us several hours to cover. It's not something we can do in a webinar. So I would so strongly just encourage everybody, if you want to be successful in this business, you've got to get to a training. We actually found that 80% of the people that have made more than 2 sales either went to the Virginia or went to the Florida training. So it's one of the fastest.
That is awesome.
Set yourself up for success, guys. So that's all that I have to say, Mac, unless you have something else for me.
Heidi, I got to tell you, and I just want to give a shout out to Heidi as well. She did such a phenomenal job in training. A lot of this information was distilled by Heidi from the front of the room and trained on by her. She helped coordinate the room for the event. She was just a moving force there with her dad and Sue Keener, Tom's wife. They made it a family event and just did a phenomenal job of getting the information out there and taking control. And I just wanted to thank you so much, Heidi, for all your hard work and everything that you did during that training.
Thank you, Mac. And our feedback, we sent out a survey, so anybody that attended, please give us feedback. One of the top things that was said was that your demo was just so mind-blowing. You just do such a great job of that, and people, we've been with, the company for a couple of months or a couple of years or whatever it may be, but you just open eyes when you do that, Mac. It's fantastic. So, everybody get to those events, especially when Mac's going to be at them. It's really powerful.
Awesome. Heidi, thank you so much. I'm going to drop over to Mr. Steve Smith here for just a moment. Steve, can you go ahead and unmute yourself, buddy?
Hey, Mac. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Hey, Steve, just your thoughts on the Virginia recap, just because you were out there as well. Just closing thoughts on that, and then we'll go from there.
A couple of things tonight. Look, John, what a great announcement, that you just made tonight about getting people trained and learning what we do and how you do it. And, I think that's a great thing to do, a great announcement. I've been in the financial service industry for 40 years, and thank goodness I had somebody to train me, on what to do, what to say. And I promise you, I went on way more than 2 training sales in my career when I began. So what a great announcement. Mac, Heidi, you really hit it right on. What an incredible event. I was just there, just excited, thrilled to see a lot of great people that are doing some things, and the room was just packed like Heidi just announced. And, these are great opportunities to go and build relationships and get to know people. And, sometimes you get the chance to meet other leaders or other people who are successful in the business and share things with you and learn from them. We had, everybody did a phenomenal job. Tom, Heidi, Matt did phenomenal, but we also had other speakers there that people are executive director levels doing a fantastic job of training and hearing from them and how to overcome objections. And, those things that they experienced was just so powerful. And, again, Heidi, you were right on the mark. With, on the webinars, I've done literally probably thousands of webinars, I guess, but, it's not the same impact. It's not the same emotion. It's not the same type of learning. And I think, I don't know if it's Heidi or Mac to this, but, it's like, hey, you go to one of these trainings, you're going to get like a fire hose, but in a good way, because you're going to get a lot of great information, where on a webinar, you can only teach one thing at a time, maybe. But you get tons of great information from different people and different sources. And so you can't miss out on going to these types of trainings, and be sure that you're there anywhere close that you can. So, Mac, turn it over to you again. Thank you.
All right there, Steve. Thank you all so much. Steve was one of our trainers. I've got an announcement a little bit later in here regarding Steve Smith, but let's just keep moving forward with what we're doing right now. And Worth Kickoff Event, man, are we so excited about this October 25th and 26th at the Rosen Plaza Hotel in Orlando, Florida. Presentations, trainings, what's new, recognition, build relationships. All of this event information will be at your disposal for the Worth Live Kickoff Event in Orlando, Florida. For the kickoff event, I just want to show you a couple pictures of the area that we're going to be in, what it's going to look like. Similarly, for your rooms, for what it's going to look like for the meeting and conference room. This is more of a resort hotel environment. So know that you could come here, almost make it a little mini vacation. Come and get some good training. Come and get meat and potatoes. Come and meet people from all over the United States that are attending the event. Just in Virginia alone, we had people that came as far as Georgia. I had a gentleman from Michigan. We had people from Pennsylvania, from North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland. We had some people that actually came up from Florida. So I just want you to know that these events are highly valued, and it's something that we strongly urge. For the National Convention kickoff, room reservation details are located at the kickoff event. They're located under the Kickoff Event tab, and that you can find by going to your agent back office link and purchase your tickets and reserve your rooms from the back office when you go to register. Special pricing of $145 per night, and that'll be double occupancy. The parking fee of $15 per day is waived. 10% discount on all restaurant dining that's in-house there at the Resort Hotel, and this is for all guests of Worth Unlimited. Now, I know you're wondering why I put guests of Worth Unlimited, and I'll tell you that in just a moment. You can also, if you don't like doing things online, you can call 1-800-627-8258 to reserve your room. But make sure if you do it that way, you ask for the room block under Worth Unlimited room block. Now, the reason I said the $15 is waived and 10% for restaurant dining for Worth guests, and that's because this is a limited room block for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Rooms will go fast, so do not delay. Reserve that room today. Pricing and block room ends on October 3rd, 2019, and after those rooms are gone, rooms will be based on availability, and the current room pricing. Once that block is gone, it's gone. We can't get anything else. And so if you have to get your room outside of the block, if you're not under the room block, then your parking will be $5 per day, and obviously you will forfeit the 10% discount on all dining. Now, I just wanted to make it real simple for you how you go to your back office to find the event. This is a screenshot. You all should be familiar. This is your home page of your agent back office. You're going to go to live events and scroll down to this event right here, kickoff event, Worth Founders and Leaders at the Rosa Plaza Hotel. You're going to click on the button for register. It's going to bring you to a page that looks like this with the Orlando kickoff. And you can see in red over there, the price is $99. You would just click on tickets, and it would take you in to be able to purchase your tickets. Now, there's two purchases you have to make. You have to purchase your tickets for the event, and then if you look on the left side of the page, you see kickoff event itinerary description. The next screenshot, I want you to see if you just scroll down to the bottom of kickoff event itinerary, same page where tickets and events are, you'll see discounted room rates, and you can see a red square there at the bottom for reservations. Click here. And if you click there, it will take you to the registration link for your room. It has the block dates already set out. You may want to come in a day early. You may want to go a day late. That's totally up to you. Or you can still use the 1-800-627-8258 number. Heidi mentioned Blog Talk Radio, and I have to tell you, Blog Talk Radio is all the talk in Worth Unlimited. It is everything dealing with opportunities, success stories, what's working, what's not, recognition, how we're feeling about the environment. It's a great place to plug in during the week just to keep us in the forefront of your mind, keep your business in the forefront of your mind. You know, I found something out very early on. You never know whose life you're impacting with just a very small word, very small phrase, just maybe a little bit of encouragement. My feeling is if you get on a call and you take away one golden nugget from that call, one golden nugget that changes your spirit, propels your job, whatever that looks like, then it is worth your time to be on that call. To join the show, dial 646-787-8176, and you log into blogtalkradio.com/Worth Agents. All right, everybody. I don't know how many of you know Steve Smith, but he's that good-looking guy there on the right side of the screen that everybody can see. And that's me on the left side of the screen. And that was some time that Steve Smith and I got to spend together actually on a cruise. And Steve, I mentioned in Virginia, has been a long-time friend. I consider him a brother and a friend. He's somebody I have the greatest amount of respect for. Steve has been in the financial services industry since 1982. He's insurance licensed. He was a securities principal and officer of supervisory jurisdiction for approximately 20 years. He held public seminars for 7 years, recruited and trained thousands of agents nationally, and I really have to underscore thousands of agents nationally. Ran a base shop and national organization for almost 25 years. He's been a public speaker. He's had CMO experience for the last 9 years, and he helped roll out the original You First program, the original You First marketing model. He was incredibly integral to the success of You First, and that's why, he's bringing 40 years of experience to the table. And that's why we have decided, and in conversations with Steve, he has agreed that Steve Smith is now the Chief Marketing Officer for Worth Unlimited, and we are very proud to have Mr. Steve Smith be that individual and filling that space. I got to tell you this, I shared more hotel rooms, more flights, more meals, and more conversations with this man in a period of 3.5 years than I probably did with anybody else. He's somebody I trust implicitly, and I know he will be integral to the success of Worth Unlimited, just like he was integral to the success of United First Financial. And with that, I'm going to turn this time over to Mr. Steve Smith, and he has a couple items that he's going to want to go through with you. Mr. Steve Smith.
Well, Mac, thank you. That was some very nice things that you said, and I really appreciate that. And you know, Mac and I have been road warriors, no doubt about it. But you know, that's what it takes. It takes a commitment and you know, really wanting to have the desire to want to do something special with your life and help other people become successful and be a part of that. And you know, we've had the opportunity to make so many friends and do so many things with people and just building a great business and a great opportunity. And man, we are just looking so forward to this. It's happening. You know, I want to say happening again, but it's happening. Things are going on right now. My phone rings. I know that the leaders in the company, their phones are ringing all day. People are just thankful to be a part of something that goes out and helps other people with such a problem that we face in America today. And so thanks. I'm looking forward to just being on board with the company and being out there with people. As a matter of fact, we're in Virginia, but we'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend, and looking forward to meeting a lot of people out there. So make sure that you're there in Raleigh, North Carolina this coming weekend. It's going to be another great event, so let's pack the room, get registered for that. You know, our goal here at Worth Unlimited is to help as many Americans, as many people as we possibly can to become financially independent. And we're going to kind of go into that a little bit. What is financially independent? What does that really mean? Through the use of 21st century solutions and strategies. And, you know, having that technology and using current up-to-date information and that technology to help people and prove that what we say is right and it can help you and they can see it physically. Let me just share a few things with you if I could. You know, because I think it's important for us to know, and we're going to do a lot of trainings. Mac and I are going to do a lot of trainings on some, hey, what to say and what not to say, on presentations. We're going to cover a lot of topics that are covered at these events. But again, we can only do it 1 week at a time, one topic at a time. So it is important to be at the event if you want to learn it all at one place and really leave there motivated and educated. So what I want to do tonight is share with you some information I think can be helpful to you to understand the impact of what we do at Worth Unlimited and what's going on in America. Because, you know, if we don't understand and we don't feel the pain of what's happening with people, then it's hard to convey that and relate to people. You know, the Social Security system, November of 2018, there were 62 million checks sent out in just that 1 month. Over 10,000 people per day are currently retiring for the next 10 years. 62% of those retirees count on their Social Security check for over half their income. Think about that. That's a lot of folks that count on a Social Security check for over half of their income. What you know, it's kind of a dependency that people have gotten on, and now we have a system though that is really failing. And I think most people understand that and realize it. The Social Security Administration reports that payments will exceed its revenue by 2022. And this is information that you can go online. You can Google it. You could look at Social Security information. So 2022 is around the corner. There will not be as much money coming in that's going out. I can remember back when I originally got in the business, there were 3 people putting in the system for 1 taking out, and today it's almost even. You can't continue to support a system like that. The debt crisis in America, the national debt today is $23 trillion. The consumer debt is $16.1 trillion. And when you come to these events, we're gonna share a video with you that's gonna stun you. It did me the first time that I ever saw it, to realize and picture what is $1 trillion. We just kind of say it, you know. We used to say $1 million like it was something. Then it became $1 billion. Now we say trillion and it just rolls off of our tongue. But it is so impactful of understanding how much money that is. Student loan debt, $1.4 trillion. There are people that have graduated from college that are still paying student debt 10, 12, 15 years later trying to pay off that debt. Mortgage debt at $8.9 trillion. There is a solution to that crush, and this is the debt crisis. And we want you to know there is a solution to that. A legacy of wealth. Don't you think it's about time that we're able to build for our future and leave a legacy of wealth for our children, that's what we always dream of doing, right? We want to make sure our children are taken care of, that they have a better opportunity than we do. Well, financial stability is the only way of being debt-free, to have that stability, to be debt-free, but it's also being financially independent. Now, I told you a while ago that when I said financially independent, I want to share that with you. You can't become financially independent as long as there's debt looming over your head. So people in America today, kind of have lost hope. They look at their retirement, they look at their savings, they look at their ability to do things in the future, or do something for their family, or what, church or organization or wherever it might be, and they've kind of lost that hope because of debt. Well, if you don't have that, and that's able to go into some type of savings, you can accumulate true financial independence. Our solution is the Worth account. Again, it's using current technology and tools that will show every person that has debt that there is a solution, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and the hope that they can become debt-free. And that's what we have the opportunity to offer people. It's not really going out there selling. We talk about sales, but it's really offering that hope and opportunity again to people. Every person in America needs to know that their personal debt-free date, what that is, and when they can see it, when they actually see the date, they look at the software, they look at the program, they look at their dashboard. We're going to show you that in just a second. When they look at this dashboard and they see the years to pay it off, and they see how much interest that they have remaining, or how much they're going to be saving, the dollars that they're going to be able to put away for the future, it's incredible. This is an example of a dashboard that you will see as a consumer, that a person would get to see, and so they can start building towards the future. And look at this, the interest saved, almost $175,000 that this person right here is going to save. And just as an example, there are people that save more than that. There are people that save less, but it helps everyone. Anyone that has debt, this program can potentially help that individual and everybody in America. So this is kind of an example of what your dashboard will look like. How do you get what is I've been in the business a long time, and when Max said 40 years, I kind of hear that and I go, oh my goodness, kind of sounds old. But what I've been able to learn and understand over these years, what is the best way to get a message out to the consumer? And that's building distribution. See, our goal is to get the message out the fastest and most efficient way possible. And what we've got the opportunity to do is do that through tens of thousands of trainings. That's why what John announced tonight is so exciting. And I was reading some questions and some people's responses on here tonight. People are excited because they know they're going to learn and get trained. You're going to be able to be qualified agents sharing the message of debt-free, freedom, and wealth accumulation. So that's an exciting message that we have to share. Next bullet point. Teaching and applying the concept of interest cancellation, float, leverage, accelerated debt payoff, wealth accumulation using our technology with accuracy and efficiency. Sometimes some of those words might be new to you. That's different. What is float? What is leverage? How do you cancel out that interest? How do I accelerate my debt payoff? These are all things that you're going to learn at the seminars, at the trainings on these weekends, that you can learn on the webinars each week, each Monday. We encourage you and your team to get on these webinars, to attend the trainings, so that you can learn this information and be good at it, to be able to go out and build distribution to get the message to people. You see, Worth Unlimited has solved the prospecting problem with a sound message and all the tools you need to be successful with your business. And it's through recruiting and building. It's the key. It's the thing that you want to learn, and we're going to teach you how to do that. You're going to learn how to get an analysis, how to run an analysis, how you can get someone on the program, on the Worth account, how you can build and recruit an incredible national organization. You're going to learn all about that from some of the best builders that you've ever met in your life. And so that's really exciting, because that's how you can build distribution, your own agency, your own company within a company, so to speak. we show people the debt-free solution because we want them to be a part of this incredible revolution that we feel is happening right now in America. The financial independence solution is what we offer, the prospecting solution, and the recruiting solution, as well as the worth account solution. All of these solutions it's truly, I feel, it's part of a revolution in a very positive way. To go out there and talk to people, they're again, give them hope, give them opportunity, see the chance to be debt-free, and also offer a business opportunity if someone's looking to make additional income. So that opportunity is well there.
All right there, Mr. Steve. So in your overall opinion, where we're sitting today, are we poised for this revolution? Are we ready to carry the flag, you and I, Steve? Are we ready to make this thing happen?
You know what, Mac? I mean, I guess I've never been more convinced than what we were able to be a part of this past weekend with Tom and Heidi and all their great leaders in the Virginia area and all throughout really the eastern part of the country, people from all over the place like you mentioned. And to experience that and see it, it really gives me hope again and understanding that we're a part of something really significant. We're a part of something that really can change people's lives. That's not a corny thing. That's a real, true thing because we are burdened by debt in America. To be able to give people the sight and the opportunity and the freedom to be able to, and hope to see that again, and also an opportunity if they're looking at a business, the greatest business in America today. So, Mac, I believe that we truly are poised and positioned to do that, and I'm looking forward to doing it with you and many other people across the country.
You got it, my friend. Let me tell you something, people. What we are standing on the precipice of, what we are seeing right now is absolutely phenomenal. People that we are talking to are blown away by it. We know the concepts have been out there for a long time, but we are the company that have pulled all of these concepts together, and I can't think of anybody better than our two owners, John Mashank and Skylar Whitman, leading the front, Steve Smith as our Chief Marketing Officer out there, and me yelling for the crusade and the mission and the training, Steve handling everything to do with recruiting. We're going to make a great team for you all, and we're going to give you the training you need to be successful. With that having been said, I'd like to turn a little bit of time over to one of the co-founders and owners of Worth Unlimited, and that's Mr. Skylar Whitman. So he could just give you a little bit on what he sees as our future and, just have some words from the owner of the company from his heart so you know where we're headed. So everybody, Mr. Skylar Whitman.
All right. Thank you so much, Mac. I really, really appreciate it. Hey, I'm so glad to be on the call with you tonight. And also, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Steve, Mr. Steve Smith. We are so excited to have Steve on board with us. And for those of you that don't know Steve yet, you will get to know him over the next few months and years as this thing grows and continues to expand and go across the U.S. and then beyond our own borders here. But you will find that he is a very capable trainer, leader, driver, and we're just extremely excited to be able to have him officially on with the company as the new Chief Marketing Officer. All right. Well, one thing that I want to touch on just real quick is for those of you that have recently logged on to your replicated Worth account, replicated agent site, you will see that we are just over about $2 million away from the $2 billion mark in debt elimination. That is huge. That is huge. We're all part of a huge movement of improving people's lives, and that includes our own as we help others to be able to improve on their financial lives. As a part of the opportunity and the job that we're all working together on, we absolutely will experience tremendous benefits personally from that as well, as everybody on this call knows. So, we're just so excited to hear the passion in people's voices when I'm able to meet with people in person, to be able to just see that light in their eyes. You can see that the light has turned on. That light switch has turned on. They're engaged. We are hearing stories of people that have traveled from across the country. We're hearing stories from some people that have traveled from outside the country. Now, that's just a completely different subject. We're not going there yet, but people are absolutely gravitating towards this. And it's not just because it's a fantastic financial opportunity. It's because of what it does for people. That $2 billion mark, that is so exciting. But when you think about it, it is literally a mosquito on an elephant's ear for the problem that the country has with debt right now, as we all know. I mean, it's on headlines all the time. Right now, I don't know if many of you on this call probably know this, but we have more debt as an American people, as a nation right now, consumers, than we did just before the mortgage meltdown happened. Now, what does that tell us? That tells us that not only do we have a tremendous opportunity in front of us, but we have a tremendous obligation to take and share what we know with everybody that we can to be able to help improve their lives. Because we have the solution. We have the answer to so many people's financial problems, and not just solution to financial problems, but helping people to be able to improve their financial situation by also building wealth, both while they're getting out of debt and after they're out of debt. So we're so excited about that. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on, I don't want to keep you all night, but the last thing that I wanted to touch on is the kickoff event coming on October 25th and 26th. As Mac mentioned, we do have discounted rooms. They are going to go fast. Based on all of the feedback and everything that we've gotten, they are going to go very fast. So we just want to give you a heads up that if you want to stay at the location of the kickoff at a discounted rate, you're going to need to reserve your room quickly. Don't be surprised if you call up in the next week or so and they let you know that our discounted room blocks have been, the limit has been met. So, but if you don't get in at the discounted room block rate, that's okay. There's a lot of hotels in the surrounding area, but there's a lot of people that have said they really want to stay at the venue location, and it really, truly is a beautiful resort. All right, so anyway, with that being said, what I really wanted to say about the kickoff event is that there are going to be some amazing tools, training, and announcements that will be had at this event. One of the agents, I'm sorry I don't see his name in the comments section right in front of me at this moment, but one of the agents on the call tonight on the comments section said, would you rather watch the Super Bowl or a football game on TV, or would you rather be there live? And I'll tell you right now, this is going to be even cooler than that analogy, because that training, that energy, that focus, that determination, that drive that people have, you just don't get that to its fullest extent through a webinar. You don't get that energy and all of that positivity over the phone. But boy, when you're there in person and you can feel that energy, you literally can cut it with a knife. And that is one thing that helps to drive so many people in the line of work that we're in the industry that we're in. So we're gonna beat our drums each and every week. Everybody that can make it to the live event, please do everything that you can to be there. We promise you, you will not be disappointed. And last but not least, definitely not least, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who is in the field working each and every day to make it a better world for people around them. There is so much need, but with need comes opportunity. And we've got a tremendous opportunity ahead of us, not just for the next month, not just for the next year, but for decades to come, because this problem is, well, the solution is a huge solution for the need that's out there. So thank you so much. That's what I just wanted to jump on and say. I'm going to turn the time back over to Mr. Max Saunders. Thanks, everybody.
All right, everybody. I always love hearing from Skylar and John. They're not, polished professional speakers. They're in the trenches. They are the owners of the company, and just hearing their heart and their passion for their product, for the company, for the agents, for people in America, for wanting to do the right thing. Listen, people, our mission statement has always been the same mission statement. Buying America back one family at a time, or buy America back one family at a time. This is what we're trying to accomplish, and the only way we can do this is with financial literacy. That comes through education and training. This is what we call disruptive technology. We are trying to overturn the status quo. Remember that when you're out there talking to people, because you're going to find a lot of people that have been trained by the banks. They've been trained by the old thought processes of some old school financial planners. They have been trained by their parents. If you don't have the money, you don't buy it. Well, we're living in the 21st century now. We have, as you notice, student loan debt. That blew me away. It was something like $1.9 trillion of student loan debt. I have 2 kids coming out of college, massive amount of debt for both of them coming out of college. So I want every one of you on a piece of paper, on a note on your mirror, on your dashboard of your car. I want you to write our mission statement that we are buying America back one family at a time. And with the corporate people that we have here with John and Skylar and the IT team, and then your executive team with Steve Smith and myself and all of your partners in the field, all your executive directors, all the people that are gravitating to this. The conversational language for the last 5 years has been about financial literacy. Go online, look at it. People are ready for this. This is not like having to shove it down their throats. There's been people out there talking about financial literacy for the last decade, but they don't have what we have. We have an all-in-one systemized solution that has over $19 million in R&D. Nobody can hold a candle to the program that we have. Nobody can hold a candle to our success. No one can hold a candle to the numbers that we post for people. Almost $2 billion off the books. That's not even including the amount of interest that we've helped save people. That's not including how much money they've been able to earn by investing and moving their money in the proper direction. That is just almost $2 billion of principal removed from the books. If that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know anything that will, where this is concerned, other than, and I'm going to say it one more time, get yourself to a live meeting. Get in your car, drive with someone, take an airplane. I don't care what it takes. Get to a live meeting. It will be worth your time. And if you can't do that on one of the smaller meetings coming up, I look forward to shaking your hand. I know Skylar does. I know John does. I know other agents do. If you're on the fence about Orlando, get off the fence. Buy your ticket. Reserve your room. Make the commitment today so you have to do it. Get out there, shake hands, meet people, and see what this mission is all about. See what this crusade is all about. See why we are so excited, and we know that now is the time. So let's get out there and do it big. Let's get out there and do it right. But at the very least, get out there and do something right now. This is Max Saunders saying bye-bye for now.